didn't do anything. Flat.
What'd you expect? It's ash. Noble ash, but still just ash nonetheless. You guys really need to grow up.
Oh, have a heart. They're just enjoying their childhood.
Yeah? Well, enjoy it while it lasts, little bulbs. The Reaper spares neither women nor newly budding children.
It's a frozen planter box with a few flower bulbs still in it. I've already done that. It's a large metal spike, probably used to hold prisoners' coats. Right, Frederick?
Yeah. I mean, no. Actually, it's an art installation by some guy named Vlad Tepes. He used to put a bunch of stuff on it, but I forget what.
It's a burning torch. That's strange. I never realized the castle had a sub-basement. It looks a little hot in there.
Who's that mean-looking dude with the pitchfork? And who is that standing next to him?
You mean the guy with the stupid look on his face and the name tags that says, "My name is George"? I have no idea. Hello in there!
Who are you waving to, Mona?
A whole bunch of lawyers.
Hey, you! Yeah, I'm talking to you, Mr. Big Red Dude with the spiked tail. You're lucky I forgot to bring my fiddle, otherwise I'd challenge you to the musical duel of the century, and I'd kick your calcer.
It's an unlit torch.
Wow, I've never seen one of those. It seems like they never go out. Ever!
This might come in handy, but I'm not carrying it around. I'll keep it in mind. Yes, if I need to light the torch, that would do it.
All we need now is a few hundred close friends with pitchforks and sticks, and we'll be ready to storm the castle of the local mad scientist.
Ugh, that is such an unimaginative cliché. It's some kind of pit. I can't see what's down there because it's so dark.
You may not be able to see it, but you can certainly smell it. Whatever's down there smells worse than the skid marks in Shroudy's underwear.
How do you know that? Ugh, never mind. I don't need to know. It's the handle to the grate that covers the pit. It's stuck. The hinges appear to be rusted shut. I won't be able to open this up until the hinges are working. It's a good thing I haven't eaten anything this morning. Otherwise, I might be making a contribution to whatever's down in that pit.
You mean you're on the verge of blowing chunks, yodeling in the gully, talking to Ralph on the big white telephone, executing a Technicolor yawn, launching lunch, delivering street pizza, or involuntarily creating a personal protein spill?
Frederick, you're more than a little twisted, but highly creative. It's the hinge for the grate that covers the pit. It looks like it hasn't been oiled in a long time. These hinges definitely need some lubrication if they're going to work. Well, Fodrick, aren't you going to make some sort of snide comment about the word lubrication?
I thought about it, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't make it past the censors.
That loosened one of them up, but I had to use all the lotion in the bottle. Now it's empty. It's a rather ghoulish-looking smiley face.
You've gotta love the power of positive thinking. Here he was, trapped in a dungeon, obviously bleeding, and yet he chose to make a smiley face instead of a frown. It's really quite uplifting if you think about it.
I'm not going to destroy the most pleasant item in this entire room. It's a couple of chains.
Now all we need are some chips, dip, whips, and we got ourselves a party.
Ain't gonna happen. I wonder who this Jenny girl is.
Given the fact that it's 1897, I'm more surprised that you're not wondering how you call somebody.
My, they sure spilled a lot of ketchup down here, and on this wall particularly.
Ketchup looks more like old positive salty tasting Merlot to me.
Although it looks like my favorite wine, I do prefer it in liquid form. It looks like a poker and a brazier full of hot coals. Obviously, this is another one of Shroudy's torture devices. Judging from the smell in the air, I'd say it's gotten some use lately.
Is that what that is? Oh, man! I thought maybe somebody was cooking hamburgers down here. My mouth started watering as soon as we came down the steps.
That poker is a little too hot to pick up.
Well then, what about the brazier filled with white-hot coals?
Gee, I don't know, Fodrick. Why don't you try and pick it up and let me know how it goes? It's a large mace hanging high up on the wall. From the looks of it, I'd say it's still in pretty good condition.
Mace, huh? Is that what it's called? I thought it was called anesthesia.
I bet a big, heavy hitting thing might be useful somewhere, but I'm not going to carry it around.
I'll keep it in mind, though. It appears to be some sort of hideous torture device. I wonder where the Baroness would find such a thing.
Maybe she went shopping at that trendy new Swedish torture furniture superstore. I've heard they have a wide selection of inexpensive torture gear, and when you walk through the store, they have a bunch of different dungeon rooms set up so you can actually see how your torture device would look once you take it home.
Absolutely not. That would kill me.
Technically, I think the spikes would have to be made of wood to kill you. So I think you're good. That is, if you really want to sit on a chair designed to cause unimaginable pain.
That's a rather odd-looking item. I wonder what it's used for.
I'll take a wild guess. How about grinding stuff?
I don't want to touch that thing. It's got lots of residue on it.
You're right, Mona. It looks like there are bits of flesh and bone, And maybe a few coffee beans.
Coffee beans?
Yeah, Shroudy sometimes like to start his day with a hot cup of joe and the evening paper boy.
Don't you mean the evening paper?
No, I mean the paper boy. Shroudy always enjoyed feasting on Draxylvanian paper boys. I assume he threw their corpses into the pit, then climbed into his coffin where he'd relax and read their papers.
That doesn't need any fruits and nuts snack.
It's some sort of torture device. It looks like my Aunt Votre Mère. I definitely don't want to see what is in there.
Oh, man, I do. Come on, Mona, please.
No, Fodrick. It will be filled with some gruesome, gory scenes that will haunt my nightmares for the rest of my life.
Exactly.
Forget it! Hello there.
Well, hello there, dearie. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Ah! You can talk!
Oh, don't be frightened, my dears. I won't harm you.
Who are you?
My name is Barbara, although my friends call me Barb. Get it, Barb?
Yeah, I think we get it. Bob, as in a sharp metal device that slowly and painfully rends flesh as it gets pushed into some poor bastard's body? That's downright hilarious. Well, maybe that guy doesn't find it so funny.
Oh, just ignore him. I mean that.
Aside from torturing people, what do you do down here?
Well, I'm actually the torture chamber stenographer. It's my job to record what's being said down here when Shroudy or the Baroness are, in a serious discussion with her, guests.
What kind of stuff have you heard? Could you tell us?
Oh, sure. I don't think that would harm anything. I like to think of myself as an open book. And speaking of books, that's what the Baroness would usually be asking about. Shroudy, on the other hand, he usually didn't ask anything at all.
Why? Was Shroudy too shy?
No, too sadistic. The one fellow over there without his head, Shroudy really went after. That's right around the time when the Baroness disappeared. Curious thing about that guest.
What?
He didn't bleed at all. Shroudy took one whack at his head and it fell on the floor and shattered like a Ming vase. Very, very odd. Even for around here.
Book? What book?
Oh, yes. The Book of Shrouds was always the topic of discussion for the Baroness. It was mostly various priests, scholars, magicians, historians, and, oh, holy men that the Baroness would bring down here. She was definitely trying to extract knowledge from them about that book.
When was the last time you saw the Baroness?
She was torturing that headless man over there several years ago. After she got the information she wanted, she left the castle in a hurry and never returned.
Do you have this session memorized right before the Baroness left?
Yes, let me see. I believe I have it here. It's been a few years. Here I go. Man from Cabal. Ouch, ouch, ouch. It hurts so much. Ah, I can't take it. Ah.
Do you think you could skip ahead a little bit to where he was actually talking?
Yes, of course. Man from Cabal. Yes, I have the tome you're looking for. It will give you all the secrets to unlocking the book. Baroness, tell me where it is or I'm going to shove this hot poker.
Oh my! Could we please, skip ahead a little bit more?
Oh, certainly. Man from Cabal. The tome is in my camp, buried at the base of a large oak tree near the Vargo Pass crossroads. Baroness, you'd better not be lying to me or when I return you will feel pain as you have never felt it before. Huh. After that, the Baroness disappeared. A few days later, Shroudy came downstairs screaming about a trap. He took an axe and tried to chop the poor fellow's head off. But when the head rolled off, there was no blood. It wasn't a man at all. It was some kind of talking clay statue or some such.
I think it's called a clay golem.
How do you know about that?
Used to play a lot of Dungeons and Dogs.